How are you? It's Robin, certified nutrition specialist. And today we're going to talk about the 7 warning signs that your vitamin D levels may be dangerously low. So I'm going to share with you those items. And it's summertime right now as I'm recording this. So I'm actually going to go outside and get some vitamin D because that's where it comes from the sun. But most of us are not in the sun. We're not getting enough. And if you have darker skin, it's harder for us to produce the vitamin D that we need when we're outside. So I'm going to share with you the 7 warning signs. You got to hear all 7 of them. Why I'm talking so much about vitamin D these days is because we now know just how critical vitamin D is to human health. And this awareness we've always known, but it really became heightened during this season of C19. And we now know that people had a better outcome when their vitamin D levels were in a super therapeutic level. So what does that even mean? When you go and get yours checked, and you may not even know what your numbers are, so I encourage you to do that. If it is below 30, then you are really deficient. And let's say you're at 30, 35, then you are not deficient, but you're okay. You're at minimum wage, if you will. You can survive on minimum wage. Are you thriving? Not necessarily. And so to get your levels in a very super therapeutic mode, you want to get it into the 60s. And that can take some time depending. And also I want to let you know that if for any reason you're having some challenges absorbing your vitamin D, and I may do another video on that, but just to say that everything works together. Your liver and your kidneys play a role in that absorption. So I'm not going to get into a tangent on that video. I'm going to just keep to the 7 warning signs. And so let me just get into it. The first one is a weakened immune system. If you are getting sick frequently, infections, or just not being your best, that can be one of the warning signs. Number 2 is lower back pain or muscle pain or bone pain is a sign. So as you're listening to these, I want you to think, okay, do I have any of these? And I don't want any of these. So I want to keep my levels up to par. Am I supplementing with vitamin D? And do I even know what my levels are? Number 3, and sometimes I'm going to get off on the numbers. If you have high blood pressure, make sure you know where you stand vitamin D wise. People wouldn't even relate that. And some of the vitamin D acts as an ACE inhibitor, and that's also some of what the medications do. So if you have high blood pressure, I want you to be really aware also of where you stand with your vitamin D. This is also applicable if you have high blood sugar and insulin resistance. Vitamin D helps to support all of what I'm making mention of to you today. There's times when people are trying to solve an issue or take medication for an ailment that could have been mitigated and rectified by having their vitamin D levels up to par. No joke. It's an easy deficiency to have, and it's also an easy deficiency not to have. Simple solution to a whole host of problems that we're not even aware of. In fact, there are vitamin D receptors in more than 400 tissues in our body. So everything works together. Okay, where am I with the numbers? Sorry. Number 5, with mood and depression. Vitamin D helps in the long run, helps our body produce serotonin, and that's it's a chain effect. So I'm kind of keeping it short and not going into all the details, but If your serotonin is not up to par, then you can have a lower mood. It's your happy hormone, and vitamin D plays a role in that. Where am I now? I got to look at my notes. Number 6, fatigue. If you're feeling tired and you don't feel energetic, there's some other reasons that could be happening, but I'm just saying, let's look at our foundation. Let's look at the low-hanging fruit. Let's look at what's easiest to rectify. So fatigue, and then number 7 is autoimmune conditions. That goes in hand with the immune system and all of the other functions in our body. You want to make sure that your D levels are in the therapeutic range. And then a bonus one would be your bones. People think vitamin D and bones so much more than just your bones. It helps your bones, but it helps all the other things that I mentioned. So your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your immune system, your mood, your bones, your muscles, your joints, your energy level. Easy deficiency to have and easy deficiency not to have. So those are the 7 warning signs. I kind of didn't say them so succinctly, but I want you to take this video and I want you to share it with people that you love. And I want you to also do 2 things, maybe 3. I want you to go get some sun if it's the season for sun, right? And then I want you to, so it might be 3 things. I want you to get your necessary vitamin D below if you don't have it. And then if you do have it, this is a reminder for you to take it consistently. If you're taking the vitamin D3 with K2, I want you to take that with food that has a fat source in it because it helps to absorb it better. And the K helps to get calcium into your blood and away from other parts of your body that it doesn't belong. So we don't want calcium depositing in our heart and other places. We want calcium to go to our bones where it belongs. And the K is a tour guide, helps to, or a guide, helps it to get to where it needs to go. You wouldn't take the K if you're on blood thinners. So some of you have the vitamin D by itself, okay? And then a lot of you have the D with the K combination. If you are taking the D with the K and you have no idea what your levels are, then I want you to take one of the capsules. If you do know where you are, depending, because everybody's so different, then you may be taking 2 a day. So 1 a day is giving you 2,500 IUs. 2 a day is giving you 5,000 IUs. I personally take 2 of the vitamin D3 K2 every day. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Get your vitamin D, take your vitamin D, continue to take it. And also, if you have not gotten your vitamin D from Necessary Nutrition, or if you have, I want to remind you that along with your vitamin D, you have an automatic membership to the Necessary Nutrition Academy, where we have specialty classes specifically curated for the over 40 gang, where we have experts, quality experts in the fields of health, wellness, and personal development. So stay tuned for our next upcoming class. And all of that comes included when you are a part of our family, our community, our ecosystem. We want to support you because if you're anything like me, I'm knocking on 50's door, and I want to remain healthy and vibrant and upright and all of those things. And I want to help you do the same. Everything that I discover, I'm going to tell you, and that is my focus. I study food and nutrition all day long because I know that food and nutrition will, or lack thereof will either kill you or keep you alive. And I want to be alive, and I want you to do the same. All right. Peace and blessings. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.